Chelsea fans, our club is a mess. Make sure you watch to the end because this thing is unravelling, it can get confusing, and I really want to hear your thoughts. Late last night, Bloomberg had reported that Chelsea FC's main shareholders are exploring their ownership of the English Premier League Football Club after little more than 2 years in charge, amid a deterioration in relations, people familiar with the matter said. They then go on to report that Chelsea backers Clearlake and Todd Boehly weigh up ownership options. Relations between Boehly and Todd Boehly have soured. Sources say differing opinions on Chelsea's recruitment policy, the team's underperformance and the failure to make progress on building a new stadium have all contributed to the rift between Boehly and Todd Boehly. Matt Law has reported that Clearlake Capital are not interested in selling shares. Clearlake would be interested in buying any of Boehly's, Walters or Weiss's shares in the future. And lastly, Sky had reported that Todd Boehly is believed to be considering selling his shares just over 2 years after he was the public face of the consortium which bought the club. Clearlake Capital are open to buying out Boehly, but they will not sell their own shares in Chelsea. Honestly, from the top to the bottom, our club is a mess. This season we're really looking for stability at the bottom level with the players and the manager and the system, and we're starting to feel a little bit of confidence in that sense. But from the top down, it is just a mess. The consortium that bought Chelsea off of Roman Abramovich only 2 years ago are now considering selling their shares. Now, it is important to note that Todd Boehly is not the entirety of Clearlake. He was just the public face of the consortium that bought Chelsea 2 years ago. So if he is looking to sell his shares, that doesn't mean Clearlake is going to sell the club. Clearlake as a whole bought Chelsea as an investment for the future. They are venture capitalists. They build businesses and sell them for profit later down the line. There is no way they would be looking to sell Chelsea right now, considering all of the money that we have spent in the last 2 years. It is very easy to get confused between Boehly, Todd Boehly and Clearlake because Boehly and Todd Boehly are more public. They're seen on the training ground, they're seen in the media, they're seen at Stamford Bridge watching the games. But Todd Boehly was actually in charge of the first summer transfer window when they took over the club. And that brought in signings such as Raheem Sterling, Koulibaly, Aubameyang, etc. And this was a completely different transfer strategy to what we're doing right now. And after that summer transfer window, you could slowly see things starting to change. The change in managers, the change in personnel, the wage structure that's been implemented, the under-25 transfer policy, this was all implemented by Clearlake. So if Todd Boehly wants to sell his shares, he's well within his rights to do so, but the majority ownership is the consortium of Clearlake. So if Todd Boehly sells his shares to another person, they will come in and take his shares of the club. Clearlake will still own the majority. I just wish that our club could have a normal day where things are quiet and we could just get on and talk about the football, but there's always something going on with Chelsea Football Club. As of right now, I don't think it's enough to worry about from the fans, but there may be some big changes coming if Todd Boehly decides to sell his shares and someone else comes into that position. But all we can do right now is go along with the updates and see what is potentially going to happen. But that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the entire situation of Clearlake and Todd Boehly falling out, the relationships breaking down, and Todd Boehly wanting to sell his shares after 2 years of owning Chelsea Football Club, or at least a part of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love having a conversation with you guys. And if you are new around here, make sure you hit that follow button.